is gonna be it. GG is called. Soniqs, the fourth 3-0 TI qualifier final. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so a bootcamp is a lot of it is about fixing problems. You're there for 3 weeks-ish. Generally before TI is how long TI bootcamps go, and you're just playing scrims every day, two or three sets, sometimes less. You get break days here and there, but I mean, you're basically everybody's just playing Dota all day. You're scrimming and you're trying to work out the kinks. It's just a time to hone your skills about the game and be as ready as possible for the tournament, so that when it starts, you're not underprepared. Other people haven't figured out heroes that you don't know about. You haven't been lazy on what you're able to do and play, that you've covered all your bases and you're going in at the highest potential you have.
I think this is the best bootcamp I've ever had because, I mean, the place is good. We are talking a lot this time about the game, outside the game. Before we would just play and go back to our rooms and stuff, but this time we are spending time as a team. That's a different. I mean, it is the most important thing. If you have, you have to have the best setup to perform well.
Having a good setup is obviously very important. You have good monitors, you have fast PC, you're not lagging, you don't have internet issues. All that is very important. You don't want to just see less of the game than everybody else. So having good equipment is very, very important. So yeah, thanks Acer for that.
At the bootcamp, Soniqs Dota team took advantage of Acer Predator or Orion 3000s, featuring Intel i7-12700F processors, 16GB DDR4 RAM, and NVIDIA RTX 3070s. Acer's high-end gaming machines were supported by Nitro VG271S monitors, Acer Predator Cestus 330 mice, Nitro keyboards, and the Predator Galia 350 gaming headsets.
Can't come in Marcy. The Topias from East?
Extreme Gaming, first to Lila. 2-3.
They know.
It's actually my first TI as a captain, so it is somewhat special. Yeah, I'm happy about that, and I want to prove myself, obviously, and it's a role I like. It's a role I'm confident in, so I'm just looking forward to this TI.
Yeah, I mean, changing captains always is a pretty changing players in general, but especially changing captains always has a pretty big impact in your team because they play such an integral role in the social aspect and also how much they communicate in game, how much input they want to draft. There's a whole lot of factors that are dependent on the captain.
Far is totally different than the last captain we had. It shows that he cares about the team and he wants us to perform well. So yeah.
I really did think it was going to be really big for them in the qualifiers, but they just ended up never playing.
Probably cooked up.
What's that one about the fries?
Yeah, Five Guys
Fries,
fries are
right?
good.
What's that one in America? Shake Shack.
Singapore is it too?
Hi, I am Clairvoyance. I am a professional Dota 2 coach. I have been competing and coaching in Dota 2 for the better of up to 10 years. And I am here with Team Sonic currently, with members, 3 of which I've worked with in the past as a coach or alongside them as a competitive player.
Having this this extra person, this extra outside voice who can come in and you can either bounce things off of, or he can gel the team a bit better in terms of how they fit together, in terms of how people interact, make the vibe better, things like that. While sounding cheesy, the vibe being better is a very big thing. There's a lot of teams who have coaches or people who are around that are there sort of for the gameplay, which is the case with Claire, certainly. He's coached a lot of teams in the past, but I think the atmosphere and being able to build cohesion and be there for someone to, third voice for someone to talk to outside of the team, get a different perspective on things. I think there can be a lot of value in that.
My time in this bootcamp so far has been pretty fantastic. I don't know if you can notice, but the view of Kuala Lumpur behind us is a quite fantastic scenery, and it's really nice to be in this location. Obviously, there had to be adjustments made. I'm a believer of the fact that every coach has a different role in every different team that he goes to, in Dota specifically. So there has to be adjustments made from them as well as my part. It's still a work in progress, but again, I'm familiar with some of these players, how they functioned in the past with me. So it has been somewhat smooth, although there are always bumps in the road, and I fully expect there to be more in the future.
We went to a restaurant a few days ago, and I think we're going to go out tomorrow. Tomorrow's our break day. So we'll probably go out tomorrow and, see the city a little bit maybe, go to a restaurant. And then after that, probably not too much else until TI, because you don't want to get sick. At the end of the day, that's the worst thing that could possibly happen. So you play things safe. You maybe go out a little bit, but that's about the extent of it.
I don't really like going out that much, but I don't know, maybe go outside, eat some different thing in Malaysia because the food is halal here, so I can eat a lot of stuff.
Traveling as a competitor is always a bit weird because, especially when it's not like a bootcamp but more like a tournament setting, because you don't get to see too much. Generally, you're like really focused on preparing on the tournament, so you're not like going out sightseeing. So a lot of times it's like, yeah, you are at these places, but you're not really experiencing these places. But generally, the process of traveling itself, you know, the flying and stuff is really stressful and annoying, but like reaching a destination is nice, seeing other places is really nice as well.
Horrible.
Look at him, he's filming this too.
It's like we never had Starbucks before.
The best content is like when I'm gonna shave your head, bro. Oh, yo, you should shave your head.
I'm not sure.
Please do it.
I'm not sure.
Bro, you have the beard.
I do have the beard. I can pull it off. But
You can do it.
I'm not shaving my head.
You're doing it for the content.
For the content.
Razor. There's more, there's more.
Rexar.
No. There's more.
Can you tell the camera what we're doing?
We're
taking pictures. And, for TI. Is this a video?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, it's media day.
I mean, I think this one is special because last TI wasn't really a real TI in that there was no crowd, which is just like such a massive part of the tournament is the feeling of it being a community event. It's like a spectacle. That one felt like a desolate wasteland. So going into this one, it feeling like an actual TI again, I think is like a really big change because honestly, like last year just wasn't a TI and there wasn't a TI before that year because of COVID. So there just hasn't been like an actual TI in a long time. So I think it's definitely more special for that regard. I think I haven't played in front of fans in years. So I'm honestly I'm really excited for that. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I feel good heading into the international. I think obviously this team is very solid on paper. You got a lot of fantastic players. I'm familiar with 3 of them from working with them in the past. There's always going to be challenges, right? And there's a lot of great teams at every international. The competition only gets harder. But I believe in this team, and I hope that they brought me in because they see something in me as well. And I think that we're going to continue to do good things together.
Yeah, I think it should be a great tournament. Hopefully, the best TI in a long time, and looking to win some games.
I think we'll look to do as good as we can. Obviously, I think we'll look to go in with a lot of confidence and just try to create an underdog story going up against the big teams, and hopefully making a very good run during TI.